Hello, I am Adalberto Cervantes Rodriguez. I am the creator of the ERP and business database technology that is used wrongly today by SAP, Oracle, the partners, and small businesses that have been created by Indians in the United States, as well as most of the clients. As I said before, they have been using this technology wrong, because as a matter of fact all the data that this system provides is totally wrong, because it was not done in a scientific way or using industrial engineering. So this is a fact that made the CEOs of companies, even the President of the United States, to take wrong decisions, not only in the States but worldwide, doing this satanic and causing a lot of chaos. Today we are going to talk about how the Gang Stalkers protocols have been used against me since I created the ERP technology. It is important for the target individuals to know that there are some protocols, and when these guys they broke the protocols, and we might be able to put them in jail. When I started working at the Secretaría de Hacienda y Crédito Público in Mexico City with Salinas de Gortari, I identified that he was considered like a king. So the organization structure basically, if you were an analyst, for example, in budgets, then it was my case. I was not able to talk with, for example, with a jefatura in Mexico, so some kind of middle positions, and even with the managers. If you were talking directly about businesses, government businesses related with the accounting and fiscal issues. So for me, that's the first time that I identified that there was an informal structures in Mexico that practically made Mexico like a Babylonian country. Okay. When the Bush and the Gortari start talking about the NAFTA or the TLC, this situation, I think that it might be worse since then. But in my case, I after leaving the Mexican Petroleum Institute, I identified some neighbors, okay, as well. So my statistics are that 7 of 10 of the houses where my parents' house are located are related with all these businesses of Illuminati. My conclusion is because I analyze where they are working, and basically I see where the attacks were coming from. For example, one of the neighbors they are used to work in Pemex, the Mexican oil company, as part of this bankruptcy that is happening with a lot of Mexican companies since the Gortaris. So one of these guys even contact my murderer boss, Manuel Comaduran, that was contact as well with the father of Peña Nieto. So it seemed that some kind of relation. Another neighbor basically has more than 40 years working for the Catholic Church. He might be involved in child trafficking, because I think that when they have several years, I think that they provide him opportunities to earn money, and this illegal money after Salinas, the Gortari, was totally open to most of the Mexicans. I identify, for example, a drug dealer as well, and I call Secretaría de Gobernación using the email of the secretary, and immediately when they have a party, that party was ended. But even they know that I already work for the DEA, okay, in Mexico City, and I have been reporting all this situation to the government. So the DEA has to pay me a lot of activities and have not been paid. I think for more than $1 million, and even more after the MK Ultra. So even I think that I have cameras in my eyes, and these guys for example, in my parents' house have been checking me, and I think I'm pretty sure that they verified that in fact I have some cameras. It seems that when you have the MK Ultra, even then I get rid of it, so they cannot read my mind, or I don't receive orders. But even with that, my eyes are connected in certain way. So the NSA and the CIA, of course, then they have proofs about all these situations. I went, for example, to La Lomas or Polanco, and I identified a lot of retail drug dealers in those areas, and as well, for example, in Metro Indios Verdes, a lot of military in Avos. I mean, they put all the complete army in the boss, in the Indios Verdes subway, and this happened several times when I was trying to go to the South Mexico. As well in San Antonio, they have been using Gang Stalkers in neighbors, and basically even the CIA was like a square distance from my residency. Even we have some kind of arrangement with a big truck in front of our house, using a big sound, okay. And if we continue, this goes on and on and on. So these Gang Stalkers are everywhere, and it is difficult to identify it. But when you are a target individual like myself, I think that these guys, they want to convince you to work with them, but it will be your end if you accept it, because after that they might be able to kill you easily, because basically their objective is to give you some kind of heart attack, and most of the time this is if you are working, it seems that they have an evidence than because you were stressed out. Then in my case it's not possible, I mean, to have this kind of issues, because my capacity is a little bit much better than most of the employees in a company. So continue talking. I mean, in the case of Mr. Trump, he's talking about the situation in Mexico, about the Trump's wall, and basically he's saying that he will invade Mexico if they are not paying the Trump's wall. I think that this situation, might be handled because the Mexican pseudo elites, uh, they have all the money here in Mexico or abroad, so they can pay easily the wall without problems. And the Mexicans are really poor, so there's no way then they can ask for more money because we're going to have a civil war. At this time, Peña Nieto has the lowest acceptance of the Mexican population than you can ever imagine for any Mexican president. So I think that only invading is going to make, I mean, only, yeah, invading and try to have all these guys of the elites in jail, it will be enough for the payment. So I don't think so that it's going to be a war between Mexico and United States. And it's something that the team of Mr. Trump has to analyze. But I think that it's going to be easy before China or Russia or Switzerland or Israel invade Mexico, because right now the situation in Mexico is that anybody can be a president. Okay. About the situation with Hillary Clinton after turning the red alert of terrorism in the U.S. Embassy. This team of Calderon and Garcia Luna and others have been implicated in a lot of cases. Even their cases are going to international criminal suits. But I think that in my particular case, the United States cannot be allowed Calderon, Fox, and all these guys to cross to the United States, because they have I sue them already, and they know that I am right. So what they are not doing anything to stop all these guys going to the United States. Of course, Obama is part of that because he used to sell drugs in Chicago, and of course the drugs were coming from Mexican cartels. So it is part of this situation. I think that Mr. Trump has to do something about, even with against Obama, against the Clinton, all these kind of guys that really are affecting Mexico and as well the United States. I think that the Trump's wall is going to be a good idea, not even for United States, as well for Mexico, because we are going to protect us, for example, about the unfair commercial trade of weapons between Mexico and United States. We are going to be protected in Mexico. They are going to be protected as well about the child trafficking that is affecting especially the Mayas population in the south part of Mexico and Central America as well. The Gang Stalkers, as I said before, these guys are part of your neighbor, so 7 or 10 in Mexico City are related with these Illuminati businesses at this time. So this is ridiculous. That's out of mind. Some of them, they are working as well in hospitals, and there are doctors, physicians, and as well nurses that has been specialized in killing people. So today we have all the hospitals in Mexico and United States can be related with these killings of the Illuminati because of the control of the pharmaceutical companies worldwide. In the case of the situation with the Indians in IT and accounting, I really think that the U.S. government has to get rid of them as soon as possible, because the pseudo technology that they are using with all this Babylonic secret knowledge is not working at all. We need to sustain and restart using the science and technology that we used to have. And Mr. Trump knows all that because he's coming from the old school of business in the United States. So even I seen that in Mexico there are even gun stalkers with black cars with I mean also with black mirrors, and they park in front of your houses trying to intimidate you, and it's something that we have to stop it, okay, with a scientific law system. Then we have to use and get rid of this secret knowledge that we are using today. So this is really important. I think that for today is the main thing that I want to talk with you. Thank you very much, and God bless you.